All right, hello Guild Wars 2 gamers, Smooth Muck here, and today is Tuesday, May 6th, and we've got some Guild Wars 2 news, and we got a few things to go over. It would not have been much to go over, but then the servers exploded, and then they fixed it, and now it's kind of a funny story, but if you were there when it happened, it was terrifying. All right, so first off, the patch notes. May 6th. Note to user of third parties programs. This is like your add-ons might break and deal with it if that happens. That's all that paragraph is. Open world. General changes. Fixed an issue that caused the final checkpoints for skiff races in End of Dragons to display incorrect map markers. Fixed an issue that caused some Jade mechs to display a kill marker when going haywire, but before they became hostile. Fixed an issue that caused cargo crates in the Help the Sailors Deliver the Goods event to have incorrect states for the towing crates and no gliding effects. Fixed an issue that caused a pile of rubble in the Stop the Speakers from Stealing Kurzik Relics event to display its defend marker, but in an incorrect location. Items. Added alternate enduring versions of the Fiery Dragon Sword, Icy Dragon Sword, and Infinite Light Sword skins that do not extinguish their effects when stowed. So, to give you an example of this, if I open up my wardrobe here, I know I have at least one of those, so if I search for Fiery Dragon Sword, this is from the Hall of Monuments, I believe, if you've played Guild Wars 1 and 2. The Fiery Dragon Sword that already existed in the game look like this. When it's on your, when it's sheathed, it will not be lit up, but when you draw it, it would burst into flame. This one on the left, it was not here before, Enduring Dragon Sword, and now when you sheath it, your pants are on fire, and that's it. It just stays on fire. So basically any of those items, you'll get a always burning and a only burning when in hand look, is the gist of it. That's basically the gist of it. Okay, so let's go back to here. Fixed an issue that caused Moto's Unstable Bauble Infusion Blue to be sold for less than its intended bauble price. I believe that they noticed this on like day 1 or 2, but at that point it just felt kind of weird to change it in the middle of the event. So I think they waited until now because the Super Adventure Box is ending today, and that way it's correct for future years. So that has been corrected. I think instead of being sold for bauble bubbles, it was being sold for just baubles, which a bauble, like it's 250 baubles or a bubble, so it was like 1/250th of the intended price tag, I think. Homestead decoration recipes for racetrack decorations are now available from race prize vendors. So you can now make racetracks in your home instance. Or now you can better make racetracks in your home instance if you've already been doing that. Homesteads themselves fixed an issue that prevented party members from visiting a homestead from placing decorations in some locations. So party members that were helping you decorate were hitting some limitations, and hopefully some of that's fixed. PvP. Seasonal achievements have been streamlined with repeating achievements. Old achievements have been moved to the Legacy PvP Seasons category. So if you're an achievement junkie and you're PvP junkie, I can't even talk, blah, blah, blah. This is a little different now. Professions. Guardian. Hail of Justice fixed an issue that was preventing this skill from being recharged by restorative virtues. And Jurisdiction fixed an issue that prevented this skill from being affected by quickness and slow. Ranger. Untamed Deft Strike increased the size of the skill's hitbox area. The skill is no longer affected by movement speed or animation speed modifiers. Revenant. Abyssal Fire. Reduced the power coefficient from 0.45 to 0.3 in PvP only. I'm going to just really quick summarize. These two sections right here is basically Revenant and Thief are getting nerfs in PvP and World v World. That's the gist of it. However, the dirty details. Abyssal Force increased the cooldown from 6 to 8 seconds and reduced Abyssal Raise cooldown reduction from 10 seconds to 5 in PvP only. Abyssal Blot increased the cooldown from 20 seconds to 25 in PvP. Resolute Evasion reduced the strike damage reduction from 10% to 5 in PvP. Determined Resolution reduced the strike damage reduction from 10 to 7 in PvP. Thief changes. Cunning Salvo reduced the initiative gained on hit from 2 to 1 in World v World PvP. Spinning Axe reduced the bleeding duration from 6 seconds to 4 in World v. World and PvP. Venomous Volley reduced poison duration from 6 seconds to 4 in World v. World and PvP. Recall Axes increased the initiative cost from 4 to 5 in World v. World and PvP. Orchestrated Assault increased the initiative cost from 5 to 6 in World v. World and PvP. Harrowing Storm increased the initiative cost from 5 to 6 in World v. World and PvP. Shadow's Rejuvenation reduced the initiative gained on entering stealth from 2 to 1 in PvP only. And lastly, Deadeye Malicious Cunning Salvo reduced the initiative gained on hit from 2 to 1 in World v. World and PvP. And just refresh the page to see if there was any late changes. There were not. So, next up, going to show you other things that we found that were new in the game. In the Black Lion chest, there's a new item at the bottom of the uncommon section, which is pretty silly, called the Aquarium Greatsword. If you've ever wanted to beat someone with a fish tank, today's your lucky day. You can already block with a fish tank using the Shushadu legendary, which had a Quaggan child in it. Now you can beat them with it. So all we need is a one-handed fish tank themed weapon to go with the Shushadu, and then you can have full fish tank weaponry. But the fish tank weapon, the Aquarium Greatsword skin is now available in the Black Lion chest. I have looked at the Black Lion merchant that has the weapon skins. There's no new skins there today, so that sword is new. On the gem store, there is one brand new thing. Yeah, that was already there, which is the Sea Raider Homestead Pack. I think this was brand new, and then the Scale Fang, I'm pretty sure, was added last week. Sea Raider Homestead Pack. I don't know the details beyond what you see right here, but there is this. New decorations for your homestead if you fancy it. Now, let's talk a little story time. I almost forgot. I did gloss over the fact the Super Venture Box is ending today. At the time of recording this, it's ending in 2 hours. If you're seeing this in the future, it may already be over. And the Return to End of Dragons events are starting today. So if you've got anything you need to do in End of Dragons zones, it is very possible that they will be more heavily populated than they might normally be because of the Return to achievements. And also, there might be an influx of goods from End of Dragon zones. So if you're trying to get like a bunch of jade or something to make a Gen 3 legendary weapon, the price of it might go down because it's possible that there could be an influx of people gathering it from doing these events. Stuff like that are the usual things to keep an eye on. Okay, so when the patch hit today, the patch hit maybe like 40 minutes ago. First of all, I want to say this on the front end. It's all fixed. Everything I'm about to tell you is fixed, okay? But there was about 30 minutes of sheer terror. Now it's just a funny story. So the patch hit. It does the usual, you need to close your game and reopen it. Okay, so we close our game, reopen it. Looking for group was no longer working. You were unable to create squads, so anything that required squads was no longer accessible. Strikes, raids, etc. We could not sell items on the trading post. You could not convert gold to gems. Every single player, myself included, it said that you needed to have your account for 72 hours to do it. So we were all being treated like brand new free-to-play players. Couldn't open guild banks, so I couldn't access the giveaway vault. So the butter was all gone. Couldn't open the guild banks. Couldn't change the guild you were representing. If you tried checking the boxes to change the guild, it just checked multiple boxes. So we just had every box checked, and I couldn't represent any guilds. Couldn't go into any of the guild halls because the guild panel was basically broken. And all homestead decorations were wiped. Now, I have two homestead decorations. So I did confirm this. They were gone. And a lot of people were freaking out because some people spent, tens of hours making their kitchenette look just amazing in the homestead. And it was all gone. It was back to factory default settings. And dude, people were panicking. And I submitted all of this that I heard about through official channels. They were basically like, yep, we know we're already on it. I was like, cool. So, I did what I could. And then within like a half hour, people started going, oh, this is working. Oh, this is working. Oh my God, this is back. So I started double checking, and every one of those I have confirmed myself has been broken and then fixed since patch time. My homestead decorations are back. I can change guilds again. I can access the guild hall again. I can access guild banks again. I can convert gold to gems again. I can sell on the TP again. I can make a squad again, and I can post in the LFG again. So it's all fine now. So if you hear that any of those things were broken, like maybe you've got a friend that's trying to look out for you and they're like, hey, don't log in, this is broken. You could tell them it was broken, it's been fixed. So if you encounter it, it's broken, then it broke again. If you're new to the game, this is not a normal Tuesday. This is an outlier. This is crazy. This is not standard. All right, that is just one heck of a doozy. I don't know what happened. All right, so I think that's all of that. There's the new patch notes, Return to End of Dragons, the end of the Super Adventure Box events, the new item in the Blackline chest, the new item on the gem store, the story about what happened today, and yes, okay, so that's all of that super important stuff to go over. The last thing is an update on this little dude for those who care about it. If you don't care about this, then you're basically at the end of the video. I'll see you next time. So this little guy, of which I'm holding the prototype, look at him right here, is so smug. This is the Muggosaurus plushie, for those who haven't heard about it. Got permission from ArenaNet to crank these out, but only up to 1,000. We are producing these until May 15th. So right there, you can see there's 721 out of 1,000 sold. If we sell 1,000, it's done. That's it. If we hit May 15th, it's done. That's it. So whatever comes first, that's where it stops. And then they'll have a total number. So let's say that's the final number. They're just like, okay, we're stopping taking new orders. Now we're beginning production. And then they start making the 721 or whatever Asuras. And then they send them out to your homes. So if you're interested in getting one, limited stock and also limited time, grab one before it's gone. And if not, thank you for listening to my spiel. Because yeah, that's it. And I hope I get the chance to do more of these in the future. This has been a lot of fun. And this has been honestly way more successful than what I was hoping for. My goal was 200 plus, but people crave Smuggosaurus apparently. Maybe we'll do Smug Tybalt next if I can get permission. We'll see, because there's a lot of people I have to talk to. But the doors have been opened, and this was a lot of fun. I would love to do more of these in the future. But if you're interested in this one, that's the information you need to know. So, that's it. That's a plushie update. That's the notes. That's the thing. Everything's broken. Everything's fixed. There's a fish tank sword. And that's it for now. I'll fight you in the comments. Okay, bye.